Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, depends if you're new here or not. Now, the past couple days, I've been covering a comprehensive list of Eugenia Cooney moments, more so, they're like the moments that more so went overlooked throughout her YouTube career, YouNow career, Twitch career, just all types of crazy things. Now, this comprehensive list over on Reddit was pointing out a lot of the creepier moments, a lot of things that happened in her content or was said in content that draws a lot of speculation. So far on this comprehensive list, we have made 3 videos. This is going to be the 4th. The first 2 videos were us simply going over that list. The 3rd video, which should be up tonight, is going off of one of the bulletins from that list, a moment that a lot of y'all and myself were really intrigued by. So I went ahead and covered that, and this is going to be another bulletin from that list that I was really intrigued by, and I really wanted to cover it. And I had so many of y'all in the comment section saying, you need to talk about this. So quickly before we dive into this video, I just want to say, some of y'all have been cracking me up, okay? In the last video that I had made, I had a couple people pointing out that the audio really wasn't that great, and I agree, you know. I sit outside sometimes when I do my videos, so the traffic in the background really messes that up, but then again, I film on my phone. So I literally just talk into the mic on my phone like I'm talking to somebody in a voice call, you know, and that's how I film my videos. Sometimes I'm a little bit too close to that microphone because I'm just simply not paying attention. And I did have the big C word a while ago, and my respiratory system literally never recovered from that. So I have days where I do feel breathy. I have days where I am out of breath. I have days where I cough sometimes. So with that being said, I do apologize if I seem breathy in this one. Somebody had commented, and literally it made me cackle. She was like, it sounds like you have an asthmatic stalker breathing into your microphone. And I was like, I know, but I can't help it. So we're going to be diving into this, y'all. This video strictly is going to be like a Q&A that we're more so reacting to, but she brings up something in this Q&A about a man dressed in red, and she referred to this outfit as a drummer boy outfit, and said that this man would come into her home when she was 3 and even into her bedroom, and her mom denies this man up and down ever existing, and it's something we're going to be discussing. So with that being said, let's just dive into it. But before we do, I'm so sorry, I want to share this moment briefly. This is a short that I had just uploaded over on my channel. Feel free to go check it out in its original form as a short and not just included in this video, just if you would like. And this is one of the moments from that list that really caught my attention. And Deb is basically talking about, oh, I can go as Tokyo Ghoul for Halloween, the Disney Halloween party. Oh, I could be Jack Skellington. And then she was like, no, I could never be Jack Skellington. You could be, and I could be the boogeyman. And this moment really sat with me the wrong way.
A little one here. Oh, now it's gonna work. Let's see. Does it work?
Oh, it still works.
Oh,
You're gonna be like even paler than
Want me to do it? No, I think you better do it.
Okay.
Oh, is my wig back?
Don't worry.
Oh, my will be looking so good.
All right.
I'm so excited. I love anime stuff. Disney Halloween party. Maybe I'll go as Tokyo Ghoul. I could be Jack Skellington. Not really. You could. Not me. Although I could be the Oogie Boogie Man.
Oh, that would be cool.
He's the Oogie Boogie Man.
There is just something so damn disturbing about this clip here of Deb telling Eugenia that she should go to Halloween as Jack Skellington. Oops, well, I can't do that, but you can. Really, Deb?
I thought today I would do a Q&A kind of video because I haven't done a Q&A in kind of a while. So I went to my Twitter and I asked you guys to ask me some questions. If you want to follow me on Twitter, by the way, it's Eugenia_Cooney. Sometimes when I do these, I like tweet it out and stuff like that. It would be cool if you want to do that. If you don't want to, then don't. But if you do, then that's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions, so yay. What is the weirdest / creepiest message a fan sent you? Well, besides mine. Because Trevor likes to ask me questions about like showing my armpits and doing all this crazy stuff. Probably like the weirdest or creepiest message. Well, I actually made a whole video about like a stalker guy that I had once who would like go by John Cena. That was actually in an entire another video, and he would like spy on me and do all this crazy stuff. I don't know, one thing that I find really weird is sometimes I'll get emails from people who want me to like make foot videos for them. I've also had ones where people have actually asked me to like meet up with them in person and like do a foot show and like crazy things like that.
You know something ironic? Eugenia said before how kids should be monitored. Basically, when they use the internet, parents should monitor their kids' phones and internet access so they don't come across harmful content. Where was Deb in monitoring all of this? She kind of just gave Eugenia a phone, was like, go crazy. Like, who cares? There's people who's fetishizing you, but who cares? Eugenia, go do it. I feel like, and nowadays, this is one of my biggest arguments, okay, is she's an adult now. So she kind of knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And a lot of people forget that she was a child doing this as well. And that's where my suspicion lies, is because even now, with adult protective services not stepping in, where was child protective services when she was a child living under Deb's roof? She still does. But where were child protective services when all of this was going on? Because it's not like it just happened behind closed doors. She's been very public about things on the internet.
No offense to anyone who has a foot fetish or anything like that, but I've just like never had one or had any feelings like that towards feet. So I guess I just don't understand them too much. What would your superpower be? If I could have any superpower, I've always felt like it would be really cool to be able to read people's minds. You could just know like what they're thinking, whether it's about you or just about something you want to know. I just think it would be really cool to be able to do that. So probably that. Oh, by the way, guys, I have a new Jack Skellington sweater on today, so that's really cool because I really love Jack Skellington. Have you ever planned on cutting your hair? No, not really. I like my hair really long, so I probably wouldn't ever cut it like really drastically and have like short hair because I don't like to have short hair, I guess. I mean, on some people it looks good, but I don't feel like it would look good on me. So like I've had long hair pretty much like as long as I can remember. So usually when I cut it, I just kind of trim it or just cut my bangs if I feel like they need it or just like little things like that. But I never really go like crazy and like cut it really short or anything like that.
I want to bring this up because personally, I haven't seen other tubers talk about this yet. Her hair, okay? We have talked about it, but not to this sense. What if it's like her safety blanket? Okay, does this make sense? Because I remember when I went through school, I'll be damned if somebody cut my hair short, okay? My hair is like my safety blanket in a way. Also, if there's not that much in your life that you have control over or understanding or understandings of, I feel like maybe the hair would be one way to have power, right? Because you can control its length.
I guess I like my hair long. If you could be Jack Skellington for a day, would you do it? I have Jack on my sweater, so can we count that? But probably not, because I would want to be dating Jack Skellington, and then if I was Jack Skellington, I couldn't really date Jack Skellington. But if I could be like a female version of Jack Skellington or something like that, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, I'm probably going to skip around in this video because I figured that the answers we're looking for, there's going to be a lot of questions prior before we get to the moment that this video is actually about. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through most of this video until we do get to that question. But I just want to say very quickly, because I want to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions about this. In her earliest days of content, she posted a lot of sexually charged things, okay? And she's always had this fascination about being with Jack Skellington. She's had a video where she like made out with a doll of Jack Skellington. And it's always made me so eerily uncomfortable. I feel like when we're kids, I feel like our first crushes really are like characters, you know, on like the shows that we watch. And I remember my first crush was Robin from the original Teen Titans. But that's all that it was, and I would never brag about it, you know. And I feel like every time Eugenia brings up this Jack Skellington wanting to be with him, it's like almost like she's using it as a weird flex. I just don't understand it.
I'm a paranormal investigator, so my question, do you believe in spirits and ghosts? If yes, have you had any weird stuff happen? I think they definitely could exist. It's kind of weird. When I was younger, I lived in this other house. My mom was like really convinced that it was like haunted. And I have like this one memory of when I was really young of this guy who, I think he was like a drummer dude or something. It was really weird. He was kind of scaring me for some reason. I remember he was mostly dressed in like red and black, I think. I remember just yelling at him to get out. My mom like said there was no guy. So I don't know if I'm just crazy and remembering things that didn't happen, but I do have this like weird memory of this like man randomly coming in the house, and I didn't know who he was when I was like a lot younger, like probably like 3 years old or something like that. But I don't know if it was just a dream, you know, because like it was so long ago, so I don't know if it really happened, but possibly. I do know my mom thought that house was haunted, so it's possible, but I don't know.
This is the moment we've been leading up to, is that story right there. There's a lot to unpack with it, and also this is strictly, before we get into it, I want to be very clear. This is all speculation, okay? We don't know what happened. I feel like spiritual talk, right, that's one thing. it's if you believe it or not. A lot of people don't believe it. There's a lot of people who do believe it. There's people who build careers off of it. There's people who, you know, you're with it or you're not with it. And there's really no 50-50 of being in the middle. It's either you believe it or you don't believe it. And if you're speculatory about it, that means you believe it to an extent. I am not a medium. I want to be very clear about that. I'm not claiming to be a medium. I'm not claiming to be psychic at all. But I have had experiences in the past. I'm very energy sensitive. This was a story time that is now deleted from my channel. But if you've been here for a while, you probably already watched it. I had my mom come into a video with me and we talked about my old haunted home and haunted school. The school I went to elementary school in as a child was actually a reformed prison. It used to be a prison. Now it's a school for elementary children. And we used to literally hear like the jail cell doors slamming whenever we'd be in that school sometimes. But then the home that I lived in was actually built around the Civil War days. And that house had such a long history. And underneath the house was a mine shaft. So just a lot happened during that home. But then it ended up being a hospital for people who were dishonorably discharged from the military during that war. And there was also later on weapons that were actually brought from the bad German era, you know what I mean? But yeah, there was actually weapons from Hitler's war just chilling in a home that I used to live in. Well, they weren't there when I was there, but you get the gist. But with that being said, I highly doubt in Eugenia's case that it was a spirit. I think it was a real person that maybe her mom denied. And I had talked about this in my last video. I have 2 running theories right now. Well, I think 3. Now I have 3 running theories because one I'm going to be adding to this video. But the last 2 I talked about was possibly maybe Deb was having an affair. And that was a man who would sneak in at nighttime and she just didn't want nobody to know because she don't want to get caught having an affair. So maybe she told Eugenia, hey, I know you think you've seen somebody, but this house, it's just haunted. It's not real, you know? There's also a lot of speculation about Eugenia's trauma being caused by AS/A. And I have no idea. I really don't know if that happened, but we do see a lot of signs, okay? So I don't know if possibly something darker was going on during that time that because she's a child, she don't remember, you know? Maybe Deb covered it up. We don't know what happened. 3 years old is a very sensitive time. And I feel like that's the time of you won't forget it, but you'll never understand it, you know, because of how young you were. I just feel like it's very unsettling that Eugenia remembers a time when she was 3 years old. A grown man would come into the home, not just into the home, but into her room, and he was dressed in a form of disguise. That the mother, being there and being around this, denies. It's very, it's shady. There are so many thoughts I have in my head about this clip that I don't feel truly comfortable speculating on a lot of them because it's not my place to say if somebody had trauma or not, or to speculate about if somebody's had trauma or not. But I feel like myself and a lot of other people, and I don't mean to say but because I feel like if anybody tries to say something and then says but, that means it's an excuse. But I feel like, and I mean that lightly, I feel like there has been a lot to happen to Eugenia that she's talked about, but not fully went into the details, you know, of things that could have traumatized her, things that happened to her, dreams that she's had that she don't fully understand. She just puts them into a compilation and calls it weird dreams because she don't understand them. But it could be underlying trauma of things that she's went through in the past that her brain has a hard time comprehending. And so maybe they sit on her subconscious and that's why she dreams about them. Maybe they are real moments that, again, she can't comprehend truthfully. She don't know what happened fully. So maybe her brain brings it back up to her, but in a way of, hey, this is here, this happened, but it's not how you thought. Her brain's like, hey, you're not crazy, you do have trauma. Here's what happened. You're remembering it, but you don't fully understand it. So it's hard to process and commute that. You know, I hope that understands what I'm trying to say. Holy shit, my English failed me. I said, I hope that understands what I'm trying to say. I hope y'all understood what I was trying to say. That's what I meant. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I just want to say this is just one of those moments. I have so many more moments that y'all are really wanting me to react to and break down, and I can't wait to get into it as well. I feel like there's so much in her past that has happened that seeing this kind of helps us understand her better now. why she is the way that she is. Because yes, she's an adult. She is in charge of 100% of her decisions. What she does nowadays is fully up to her because she's an adult and she can choose her behavior and change her ways. But she was a child here, okay? And she was a child at 3 years old, even younger, when she brought up the fact that there is a creepy man just kind of lurking around the house at night dressed in a drummer boy outfit. But, oh, Deb just don't remember. And I fully, wholeheartedly believe what I'm about to say next, and I stand by it. Kids are not born bad. There is no bad kids. There is bad influence and bad things that happen on the way of being a child that can influence later behavior, especially if it's not corrected or if you don't have a proper adult figure in your life to take care of the burdens that it could be. Could you imagine being born into a household where shitty behavior is literally the norm and then not understanding why now as an adult you're stuck in these ways? And when you say something and it's shitty because, again, that's normal for you, people don't take it well. And you have such a hard time understanding why, because to you, that is so normal. And again, yes, she's an adult. She could fully change her ways and fully can understand that what she's doing is wrong. But I'm just trying to say, okay, I'm not making up any excuses for this missing man whatsoever. But if she would even get away from Deb now, it could take years to unlearn that harmful and hateful behavior that was taught to her. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about it. And let me know if y'all did watch those prior two videos of this list. If there's any other videos or key points in that list that y'all find interesting, such as this one, and want me to react to it. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video.